We got lights. We got cameras. We got action.
If you could say one thing to him, what would it be?
Ooh, man, that's a deep question. I had a ruptured brain aneurysm when I was 27 and fucking nearly died from that.
That's got to be like a crazy experience.
I am meant to be here. I am here for a reason. And this is the start right here. Yeah, y'all motherfuckers getting that raw uncut.
Welcome back to another episode of The Bean Dip. I have a I don't want to say very special guest because it is going to get redundant every show. We have a very special guest,
But yeah, I'm very special.
Today, I am going to be interviewing Inked by Curtis Cameron. He's a tattoo artist, local to the Charlotte area. I live in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're going to go ahead and dip into the mind of Curtis Cameron.
Let's go.
So, if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, go ahead and tell me a little bit about who you are, where you're from, just kind of the basics.
Well, my name's Curtis Cameron. Born and raised in Bloomfield, New Jersey. I'm 36 years old. I've been tattooing since 2008 on and off due to some medical stuff that has happened in my life, and we'll probably get to that. But yeah, fucking love what I do.
You know, it's kind of it's very rewarding to love what you do, because when you love what you do, it just doesn't really seem like work.
It's not. I go to work to play. Like, it's fun. Like, my job's fucking awesome. The worst part about it is fucking the people you have to deal with from time to time. But learning people is also a part of the business. So it's like, the more you do this and you find like these different kinds of people, and then you talk to all different kinds of people, you learn how to speak with them. And then, you know what I mean? Like, you might have that difficult client, but at the end of the day, like, their idea might actually be better than yours. So sometimes it's like, you've got to fucking like just suck it up and be like, all right, I'm kind of angry right now in this moment. But then once you actually sit down and you're like, all right, I'm going to take their idea, I'm going to do what they want. Then at the end of the, like, and then you look at it and you're like, yo, that's actually really dope.
Right.
I'm so glad this person was a pain in the ass. So it's like, in the moment, they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But at the end of it, it's like, oh man, I fucking love you.
Right.
Like, I'm so glad that you fucking, stomped your feet and put your foot down where it's like, this is what I want.
Sometimes you have to, like, I'm not a tattoo artist, but I am kind of like in the industry. So it's like whenever I'm getting tattooed, I kind of want to have a say, but I kind of don't like to because, I don't really want to stress out the tattoo artist. Like, how do you deal with it?
Giving someone artistic freedom isn't just saying, hey, do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? It's more like, here's my idea. Do what you would do with it, but I'm gonna fucking be like, I don't like this, I don't like that, can you add this, can you add that? And then you have to be like, yeah, sure, or...
Right, it's the customer, so you kind of have to have that, like, customer satisfaction when you're dealing with them.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, yeah,
happy.
you're an artist. Yeah, you have your own form of art.
It's
but
a service
also,
you're providing.
You have to adapt. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much adapting in tattooing. Like, this shit's different. This shit's real different. Like, there's nothing like it, man. Like, I've done so many different jobs, and I would have to say this is by far the hardest job I have ever had.
Like, in terms of...
It's taxing. It's mentally taxing. It's physically taxing. Like, there was an interview with a guy who just started tattooing, but he was like a farmer for like a long ass time, and they asked him like, oh, yo, what was, like, what's worse on your body, being a farmer or tattooing? And he was like, yo, I've only been tattooing for like 5 years, and my body is destroyed. I farmed for 30 years and felt like a god every time I woke up. Because you're doing physical activity.
Right.
It's like working out. You know what I mean? So like you're turning your body into this like ultimate vessel versus sitting on your ass, hunching your back over, drawing pictures. Like I'm not active. Like
Right.
the only time I'm active is walking to and from the fucking bathroom or going to get lunch. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Or tattoo conventions, walking around the fucking convention because they're fucking huge.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Like, that's the only exercise I get.
Tattoo conventions are fun though, I'm sure.
They have their moments. They definitely have their moments. Like they're I'd say the funnest part is meeting all the people that do exactly what you do. You know what I mean? Like you're not the only fucking weirdo out there. You know what I mean? Like I'm high energy all the fucking time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like to meet other people that kind of are similar, that can actually like take who you are in. Like,
right.
It's a blessing, you know? Like that shit's cool as fuck.
Yeah,
like,
because everybody's all together at one spot, you know. It's a convention. And some of the best artists go there.
all over the world.
All over the world.
All over the world. Like that's the coolest fucking part. It's like I've literally tattooed next to people that are on fucking TV. Like I've looked up to you for years and whoa, I get to watch you tattoo? Fucking awesome.
Yeah, see, no, that's got to be like a crazy experience from watching someone or like being inspired by someone to sitting next to them or like talking to them, having a conversation with them. I'm sure it changes the whole dynamic of what you want to do.
Oh, facts. Like I've talked to so many people and like every time I talk to someone and hear like how they would do something or like whatever question I asked them and then the answer that I got, like whether they were like humble or not, you know what I mean? Like you got to take everything with a grain of salt. Like some people like, and as us all being humans, we all have bad days.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it could have been the bad day that you asked them this question and you got this reply.
Right.
Right? So like taking it with a grain of salt, now you can assess that and be like, all right, you know what I mean? Maybe he was having a bad day, blah, blah, blah. But also like, I'm not going to let what he said, because he was one of my heroes, like destroy me. Like no matter what, at the end of the day, I'm going to fucking fight. Like this is my dream. Like I'm going for it. Like, whether you think I suck or not, like, I think I'm the best.
You have, I mean, you have to.
Like, not in a cocky way.
No, I mean, there's no such thing.
Like,
I don't believe in the cockiness, because if you think you're the best, it's different. When you know
it's
you're
manifestation.
The best,
that's what it is.
You have to. If you don't think you're the best, then you never will be. So when it comes to that type of dynamic that you're in, the work environment that you're in, you have to always claim that you're the best, because
but I also know there's people better than me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, do I think I'm the best? Like, yeah. In a sense, yeah. I think I'm fucking awesome.
but you could also learn a lot more.
I want to learn. I think that's what sets me apart from a lot of people. I want to learn. I want to be around people way better than me. I want to be the low guy on the totem pole.
Yeah, that's the only way to level up.
You
is
know
to
what I'm
be around
saying?
people
Like, I want to see motherfuckers where I literally go, like, my mentor, by far one of the best fucking tattooers I have ever met. And he was one of the most humble, most beautiful souls I have ever met. Shout out to you, Willie. Love you, man.
Where's Willie from?
Jersey.
So what part of New Jersey are you from?
Bloomfield.
You're born and raised in...
Born and raised. I literally lived in the same house my entire life.
So from when to when? So what age did you start tattooing when you decided you wanted to become a tattoo artist?
So I moved back from Virginia after being locked up at 20. And instantly, like when I was in jail, like that's where I realized I want to fucking do tattoos. I was like, you know, because like seeing all the people that have artwork on their bodies and like all these people that come up to you and ask you to draw things when they see you drawing, that gave me the hunger to do it.
So you were in jail and you were just drawing?
I was like drawing.
What were you
pictures,
drawing with?
Pens. Like you would get stuff out of the commissary.
Oh, you could buy pens? I've
Did
never
not
been.
buy, but like there was free things that you can get from the commissary, so you can write like letters home.
Could you stab someone with a pen?
They're literally the insert of a pen with like a piece of plastic on the top of it. Like you probably could if you were like that keen on like wanting to stab somebody, but
Yep.
like
I mean, I don't know. I've never been to prison. I never want to.
I've never been to prison. I've been to jail.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
See, I mean, excuse me. I've never been.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm just kind of curious. So you were just sitting in. How long was your time? How long did you go to jail for?
I think I was like 5-6 months. It was for shoplifting. It wasn't fucking bullshit misdemeanor, you know what I'm saying?
So you went to jail.
What did you
steal?
Like, I didn't fucking rob any, but I literally stole an outfit for somebody else.
You stole an outfit.
We were going to a party, and the nice guy that I am, like, I already lifted myself an outfit. I was covered in oil, like I was helping him fix a car. I had oil all over me. My girlfriend at the time asked, was like, "Yeah, we're going to a party." I'm like, "All right, I'm not gonna go home and get changed. Like,
let me just go steal it.
Just steal an outfit." So
where'd you steal it from?
I think we went into I think we were in Virginia. I think it was a Kohl's.
Kohl's got some nice stuff.
Yeah, decent. I mean, they got that I literally got shoes. I got jeans. I got a fucking shirt. It was kind of like chilly like it is now. So I got like a light jacket. Like, that shit was fresh. And then homie was a little scared to fucking steal his outfit or whatever. So I had to fucking do it. So we had to go somewhere else, and boom. You know what I'm saying?
Like a year, if that.
Yeah.
Oh man, I mean, that was
it turned me. Do I regret? No, because it turned me into
right.
To
obviously, I mean, I believe everything happens for a reason, and I believe you're put in these situations.
I probably would have found tattooing way later.
You think so?
If it wasn't like, I'm telling you, like, seeing like this, there's this one dude that I was locked up with. This motherfucker was covered head to toe, like he was definitely like MS or something.
Right.
But his ability to draw portraits was fucking mind-blowing. And he did all that shit with a pen. Like, there's no erasing.
Right.
And the COs saw his fucking ability, and they just gave him like giant pieces of paper. Like,
right.
He's not doing fucking portraits on like, he's literally doing fucking like almost life-size portraits. And they were so saturated. Like, if they had tattoos, they had all their tattoos. They looked just fucking like them. You know what I mean? Like, and this motherfucker's been locked up for like 20 years already. Like, so like, that's all this motherfucker did was draw.
And he was your cellmate?
No, he wasn't my bunkie, but he was like in the same pod that I was in. So like, there was like an upstairs and a downstairs, and like he was upstairs, but like when he would walk around, like one of my cellies asked him for a drawing. So like he came to the window and like showed the portrait and shit. And I was just like, "What the? You did that in here?" And then the photo he's looking at is like this fucking big. Like, you're like, "What the fuck?"
That's so cool. So that was what sparked your interest in becoming a tattoo. Well, you've always been able to draw.
I've always loved art. Like, that was always like, when I was a little kid and they would ask you like, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" It was always artist was number one, then comedian was number two, and then I wanted to be a marine biologist. And then I realized that you have to fucking swim with things that are fucking a million times the size of you.
Right.
Sharks and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't like sharks. I mean, I like sharks, but
yeah, and I have a heart condition, so I can't fucking scuba dive. Right. So that's out.
He said that's out. Yo.
You know, but I'm really good at drawing, and I'm fucking hilarious. So I think tattoo artist and comedian are still there.
No, I mean, you're on the right path. You're on the right path. So, how old were you when you were in jail? I keep wanting to say prison.
I got locked up like 19 and a half, and then I got out like a little before my 20th birthday, and then I came back home after that.
And then when you came back home,
I literally got my first tattoo. Like, so my best friend Alan knew that he did graffiti, and
right.
One of this graffiti artist owns a tattoo shop. So we went over to the tattoo shop, and he introduced me to him, and I was just like, "Yo, like, this is fucking awesome." Like, the whole energy, the whole vibe, like, just being in a tattoo shop. There's nothing like a tattoo shop.
No, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so just that energy alone, I was like, all right, I'm going to get a tattoo. So I went, I got my first tattoo, and then I literally came home. I was like, Ma, I know what I want to do with the rest of my life. She was like, what? I was like, I want to be a tattoo artist. She was like, are you serious? And I'm like, no, like straight up, like I get to draw on people and make money. I used to do that in school and get in trouble. Like, what?
Yo.
Like, God, give me a sign. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you always ask for a sign, and that was it. Like, you need to do this.
So
Like, I was fucking made for this. You know how you know, like, certain people are, like, fucking made? Like, Conor McGregor was made to beat people the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
that's what he was put on this earth to do, was to literally be fucking him.
Right. Yeah, everyone has a purpose.
Right.
And you found yours. A lot of people don't. Well, I don't want to say a lot of people don't. It's just they just don't try hard enough to find their purpose, which is fine. I mean, but everybody has a purpose. So you found your purpose at 20 years old. So you knew. Well, I mean, you already knew when you were a kid that you wanted to be an artist. Because they always.
I just didn't know it was going to be on skin.
They just always have those career days where you're like, okay, and they show you all these like different jobs that you can do, and they kind of put you in a way where it's like, these are the options you have. They don't really tell you about the other options. They just give you these options.
Yeah.
So you just knew.
I mean, I didn't know right
No,
then
but
and
you
there,
knew,
but I
though.
wanted it.
Yeah, but you knew. Like you already like had your mind set up.
I did have my mind set. You know what I mean? Like, I can't work a 9 to 5. I can't have someone telling me what to do. Like, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want, regardless. Like, I might go, yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what fucking Curtis wants. You know?
Right.
Like, my happiness is what matters.
Yeah, I mean, once you love what you do, like you're happy. I mean, we already
I'm
mentioned that.
happy
Yeah,
as
like
hell. Now, next step is fucking being the boss.
you want to own your own shop?
I want to tell a bunch of motherfuckers what to do. In the nicest way possible, whoever's listening.
Right.
Take the fucking trash out, you scumbag. No, it's good.
So, when you decided to become a tattoo artist, how did you go about getting your first apprenticeship?
So I went all over, and the guy who gave me my first tattoo was the only person, like, not like to give me an apprenticeship per se,
Right.
but let me do it the wrong way by, you know, selling me needles, which I'm grateful for. And then, you know, me just tattooing grapefruits, oranges, myself, friends.
For free.
Yeah, just giving shit away.
Fucking people up.
Fucking people up. I'm sorry for whoever's out there that has some fucked up tattoo that I did.
How long did you do your apprentice for? Was it the standard?
So I didn't do the standard apprenticeship at all. I had Willie, who saw something in me and just gave me a shot. But at this time, I was already like tattooing like myself and friends and like literally drawing every day, like
Practicing.
all the time.
Practicing.
That's all I did was fucking draw. I'm either trying to do something like out of my head, or I'm looking at reference, I'm tracing, and then I'm tracing, and then I'm tracing, and then I'm tracing, and then I'm tracing, and I'm tracing. Like, I can't tell you how many times I drew the same rows.
over and
Over and over and over again. Now, I can close my eyes, and I can draw fucking 30 different fucking roses. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, muscle memory. It's the fucking realest thing ever.
I can imagine, because I've always heard when you get into like tattooing, they always draw like that traditional rose.
I mean, same thing with all
Which it
these
makes
people
sense.
that do like graffiti and shit. You know what I mean? Like, the more times you do that letter, every time it's the same fucking way. Why? Muscle memory.
That's insane. I did not know that.
Same
It
thing
makes
like
sense though.
if you stop working out, right? If you stop working out and then like all of a sudden you start working out again, you're gonna grow back to the same way you were when you left because of muscle memory.
Yeah, that's how skateboarding is, muscle memory. You know,
It's like,
over and over.
like riding a bike, man.
You'll never forget, right?
Never.
Dude, that is insane. So you just, how long were you tattooing people and fucking people up before you decided to start making money off of it?
I mean, there's definitely not too many people out there that have like really like I always.
Oh, I'm exaggerating, but
I knew I'm also like a verbal visual learner, so like watching something, I almost am gonna perfect it.
right.
Like, I'm also a perfectionist, so I'm not gonna try it until I feel truly confident in trying it. Like, I was doing portraits in my 5th year tattooing.
And how many years are you at now again? You said
I've been tattooing since 2008. So
okay,
was
so
that
about
like 16, 15
15
years? But that's on and off. So I've also had like a lot of medical setbacks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like I had a ruptured brain aneurysm when I was 27 and fucking nearly died from that. Was told I'd never fucking tattoo again. And then I taught myself how to paint. In 2017, I taught myself how to paint because I had no strength. Like I couldn't fucking hold my arms like this high without them fucking dropping in seconds. Like I had to eat like with the plate there, like, you know what I mean? Like just lifting food into my face, I was fucking shaking and shit. Like that shit was hard. Learning how to walk and talk and fucking do all that shit again, like that I think was the hardest part. And then
So you were completely paralyzed in a sense.
I mean, not
almost.
in it. I mean, not so much. I had a lot of mobility for someone that just had something that kills 80% of people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the survival rate for a brain aneurysm is 5%. And out of that 5%, only 1% has all of their motor functions. That's not a very high percentage. Like, I'm literally a walking, talking fucking miracle.
So do they
Like,
know
I am
what-
meant to be here. I am here for a reason. And this is the start right here.
So did they find out why you had the aneurysm? You just had it. Just woke up one day and just like
Now, I was literally in the middle of having sex with my ex-girlfriend, and instead of finishing, a vessel exploded in my brain.
and did you feel it?
Oh, I fucking felt it. That was.
I'm not trying to laugh, but
It was literally like I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. It was literally, bro. Think of the most excruciating fucking migraine you have ever had in your entire life. Like, people have migraines where they're like curled up in fetal positions. You know what I mean? Like, this was curled up in fetal position, sweating profusely, violently throwing up. Like, I'm pretty sure for my girlfriend at the time, it was absolutely fucking terrifying. And if it wasn't for her, I would not fucking be here. Thanks, Crystal. I love you. You're the best.
dude, I'm just like speechless. So you were just having sex, bro.
Yeah, and
Instead of busting a nut, you busted a.
I busted a vessel in my brain.
I'm not trying to laugh, bro. I'm like, so like, do you remember anything
So
after that? So like, when it happened, it was the most painful thing you've ever been through.
Dude, I was literally fucking. I was living with one of my best friends in Jersey. I was living with him, and we had our own apartment and shit. And we had literally mad dishes in the sink. I was fucking throwing up all over. Like, he probably had to clean up the most nasty mess ever. Like, bro, like, I feel bad. Like, now, actually, like, I never thought about that. But, like, I feel fucking bad about that. Like, that's terrible. Like, that's like cleaning up somebody else's throw up at a party.
Oh, it's the worst,
Bro.
It stinks.
You're gagging. You're like you're about to throw up yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was probably that situation. Like, he had gloves on, a mask. Like, I could only imagine. But that motherfucker's a ride or die. He was literally there every single day. Rain, shine, snow, whatever the fuck it was. And he only had a motorcycle. He was at my bedside every day, whether I knew it or not.
So
I had doctors tell me he was sitting by my fucking bed. Love you too, Adam. You're the man.
So when you were on your bed when you were in the hospital bed, you were just like in a coma, or you're unconscious. What was it?
So after
Do you remember anything from that time?
Yes. So when I had the aneurysm, I blacked out. I told her not to call the ambulance because I thought I had food poisoning because something similar happened to me like a week beforehand. And all I did was hug a toilet, woke up in the bathroom, literally hugging the toilet on the bathroom floor. I woke up. Thank God, because that was probably an aneurysm. I probably should have went to the hospital.
Yo, I'm not trying to laugh because it's funny. I'm laughing because the way you're like saying it.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I know.
You know?
I know. But yeah, so she ended up fucking calling the ambulance. And if it wasn't for her calling the ambulance, because they literally told her, they were like, yo, if you waited another 20 minutes, he would have been dead.
So you almost died at the age of 27.
Yeah.
Did you have a white lighter on you?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But to be part of Forever 27 would have been kind of cool. But I'm not famous, so I wouldn't be there anyway.
Dude, that's wild. 27 is that number.
That's like when legends die.
So you would have died a legend.
I haven't made a stamp yet. I'm making my stamp right now.
But you did die, technically.
I did, and I came back.
But did you die?
No, because I'm living.
Right, dude. So like, I don't even know like what to say to that. I didn't know that. I mean, obviously, why would I?
Mm-hmm.
So as far as that medical condition, that was just random.
It was random
That
as
set you
fuck.
back how many years? How long did it take you to regain your motor functions?
So they told me in the hospital bed with like my weakness, because I was literally in the hospital for like, I want to say like 4 or 5, maybe 6 months. I don't really know. My mom like has all the facts because I was like in and out. I was having a lot of surgeries. I was in like crazy amounts of pain. So like a lot of it is blocked out. But I do remember coming out of like, so when I was in the back of the ambulance, when she called the ambulance, they literally had to drill a hole in the top of my head here with a fucking power drill, one of the like power drills that you had me bring back inside. They cleaned it, they marked it at the proper depth, and they literally
Right, because they tape it in, or whatever they use.
Yeah, so they mark it in some kind of way so they know how deep they have to go because they're
Right.
not used to doing that kind of stuff.
Right, you have to mark it so you don't hit the brain. Right.
Yeah, so they literally drilled a hole here in the top of my skull and fucking pulled it out and then put a fucking tube in and started draining the fluid because they were saying that my brain, my head was filling up with so much fluid, they were literally looking at me and watching my head grow. So they had to relieve the pressure.
It sounds like Saw 3.
Bro, the shit I've gone through, like I could sit here and tell you, but like unless you live it or you've seen it, like
Can't really
my life
explain
could be
it.
a fucking movie, bro. Like straight up, like even if you don't even go to the childhood shit, like
Right.
just start at that, like the beginning of my tattoo career, just start there. You know what I'm saying? Like movie, 3 hours long, like Lord of the Rings type shit.
How many movies would there be? How many series? A full nine movies?
No.
Dude,
My life's, I mean, we'll see how long the life goes. I mean, if I'm like 80 years old, still fucking tattooing, we're going to make some fucking movies. Best believe.
That
like-
is insane. So after you regained your motor functions and you were able to paint again and draw, how long was it? You said 6 months, so you were able to tattoo again?
No, so 6 months I was in the hospital.
6 months you
I
were in the
got out of the
hospital.
hospital, and like I'm sitting there, I'm eating, I'm trying to get my strength back, and my cousin bought me this really dope easel and a fuck ton of fucking canvases. And I've never painted. Like I've never even tried to paint. Like the only painting I've ever tried to do was like graffiti, and I realized right away I was terrible at it. So I stopped. And me and letter, like I like letters more now. Like now I have more of like a respect for them.
Right.
Because I've had so many people like in the graffiti world, like, and I love that. Like that,
Right.
that whole street art shit. Like if you're from Jersey and you don't have a love and respect for fucking graffiti, you're probably not hip hop. You know what I mean? Like it's one of
Dude,
the elements,
that's
man.
Crazy. Yeah, I don't know too much about the elements because you're from up north. So what are the elements? It's
believe it's 5 elements of hip hop.
Which is graffiti.
Graffiti, DJing, b-boy, which is like breakdancing, MCing, which is rapping, and then I can't remember what the 5th element.
That's crazy. I didn't know that. I mean, I'm new to the East Coast, like it's a little,
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so
you
different,
have to learn
bro.
something new every day.
Being out here and being from the East Coast, that shit's so weird because everybody's so fucking nice. Like to run into somebody that says hello to you in New Jersey, that's a fucking rarity right there,
Is it really like that?
bro. Like you're walking like so say you're like walking into a place and somebody's walking out of a place. Like here, they might go howdy or hey, how you doing? Oh, thank you. They'll say something to you. In Jersey, they're just gonna look at you like, yeah, you better hold that door, motherfucker. Like,
Yo,
this shit is fucking crazy. But
that's crazy.
But I mean, like, it's different. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be somewhat hard. Like, so like being from New Jersey, I feel like it gave me a leg up. Like, it taught me to be tough. Because nobody's gonna fucking be nice. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, nobody's gonna be like that sweetheart. You know, like there's kind souls. Like I've met some really beautiful people in New Jersey. Some of my best fucking friends that I will love for the rest of my life. But like, still at the end of the day, like most people are fucking dickheads. Because you have to. That's like your guard. You know what I mean? Like, if you look and you act unapproachable, people aren't going to approach you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
When you look intimidating.
Yeah, that's why honestly, that's one of the main reasons I've covered myself in tattoos.
Yeah, so you're intimidating.
Like, I'm small. I'm a tiny guy.
I mean, you judge
I'm
a
not
book by
big.
its cover.
You know what I mean? Like, I'll throw hands if I have to. You know, like me being skinny, like I'm going to split your lip. I might not knock you out, but I'll make you bleed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, I'd rather you not want to fucking test me. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
I'd rather you look at me and be like, he's probably got a gun on him.
Right, yeah,
You
because
know?
there is that negative stigma when you are covered in tattoos, or any tattoo for that matter. There's a negative stigma.
I mean, especially on the face. Like, I can't tell you how many times I have walked into a place and people have looked at me like, what a fucking scumbag. And then I open my mouth and they're like, oh my God, he's so sweet. He's really nice.
Marshmallow.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. You're not soft. I'm just kidding. But no, you're right though.
I mean, to an extent, you know what I mean? I'm hard when I have to be.
There's no
Like,
point.
I'm not going to
in-
let you walk all over me.
Right.
But, like, at the end of the day, I like to consider myself a beautiful soul. My mom, who you met, who's one of the most beautiful fucking people I've ever met, and I'm blessed to have her as my mother, and she
Right.
raised me, you know what I mean? Like, I'm nice as hell probably because of that woman.
Right.
You know, like, just the way she raised me, and she did a great job. Lets me kind of do whatever the fuck I want.
No, I mean, and that's good. I mean, that's the kind of,
Now. I get yelled at a lot.
that's how parents, I mean, I feel like that's how parents should be. I mean, I'm no parent. I wouldn't know. So don't take this.
Me neither.
Don't take this.
I ain't got no kids
People are going to be
either.
like, oh, you wouldn't know. Like, don't know.
I don't know how that shit works.
But it's like my mom lets me do whatever the fuck I want to. So it's like, that's the best kind of support, because I'm sure, I mean, you seem to have been raised right. Like, you're very respectful. Your mannerisms are you're nice, you know, like
Yeah.
the way you carry yourself, your demeanor,
I speak well.
you speak well, so it reflects.
Hell yeah.
It reflects. So when you first, or not when you first, so when you got back into the tattooing after your after the incident, what do I call it? An incident, right? That's an incident.
Yeah, aneurysms.
So after that incident, you got your easel, you started painting, you regained your motor functions.
And then when I felt like I was strong enough, I had these practice skins that my mentor Willie gave me.
And this was still in New
years
Jersey.
ago. This is still in New Jersey. So I ended up like just kind of like practicing things that I knew were like important in tattooing, like line work, shading, right? So like I did a piece that required me to do really clean lines, but also have solid saturation. So I did these simpler things that I normally wouldn't like gravitate towards, like being like, oh, this is my style, right? Like I like things that are really complex.
Right.
I love detail. I love texture. Like that's why I gravitate towards photorealism. But I also love neo-traditional because it keeps you in the bases of what you would need for a properly structured tattoo, which would be your line work.
Do
and
you
then
remember
your shading?
Do you remember the very first tattoo you did? The very first quality tattoo you did? Do you remember that?
Oh, after it?
Yeah, what was the very first tattoo you did that you were like able to charge someone for? Do you remember?
It was probably some fucking letters or something. It was probably something simple, to be honest.
Nothing crazy, nothing you were super proud of.
I mean,
back then, because I'm sure. I mean, you've done thousands.
The things that I was like most proud of, that I was like, because my mentor was a realistic tattooer,
right?
And he's fucking phenomenal. Like, this man should be in books all over the world. Like, he's that fucking good.
What's his name?
Willie Robles.
And so you were at his shop.
I don't know if I'm saying.
How long were you at his Robles? Yeah, that's right. How long were you at his shop?
We worked together on and off for probably almost my entire career.
And on and off because
8,
of
maybe 10 years.
Medical condition.
And he's hired and fired me a couple times.
Yo, why did you get fired?
Just dumb shit, man. Like things that you know what I mean? Like me just getting like cocky and too ahead of myself. You know what I mean? Like,
it happens. Sometimes
you know what I mean?
The pride
like
comes before the
I was
fall.
young and dumb, man. I made really stupid decisions, but I learned from all those decisions. And every time he let me back, I was fucking better. Not just as a fucking tattooer, but as a person. Like, he changed me in multiple ways.
Right.
And I hope that I'm really making him proud, him being my mentor and me being his like understudy. Like, that's my Mr. Miyagi. I'm his Daniel-san. Right? So like, I hope he sees me waxing on and waxing off and fucking kicking ass out here and is proud of me. Because I would not be here if it wasn't for him seeing something in me.
Right.
Because a lot of people kind of just like pushed me aside, was like, nah, he's gonna be too good.
Sometimes
he's
people,
too passionate. You know what I'm saying?
It's because a lot of people are afraid of being outshined.
Oh, and I'm fucking outshining them all.
Good. That's how it should be. I mean,
they're all mad.
A lot
now.
of people are scared that you're gonna take the light away from them, so they don't allow you to work with them. You know, like there's been plenty of times where I've wanted to like work with people and they just like kind of don't want to, and I'm not saying, you know, but you could just tell when that energy is.
Oh, for sure, bro. We're, as human beings, we're all energy.
Right, and then you could tell when energy changes.
Facts.
You could tell when it's good. You could tell when it's bad.
Big facts.
Hell
yeah.
What is the worst experience you've ever had with a tattoo?
I would say it's someone trying to control in every aspect. You know what I mean? Like, not even allowing you to be creative and be the artist you are. That's the worst thing you can do with a tattooer, is literally like, oh no, I think this line should go here. Like, bitch, do you want to draw it yourself? Like, the fuck? Like, do you see the professional in front of my fucking, you know, like, it's professional tattoo artists, not fucking I draw pictures at lunchtime. Like,
right. Dang, bro, it's so cold. My shit went out.
Hell yeah.
So that's like the most annoying thing, is when they watch a show of Ink Masters and think they know everything about.
Yes. There are so many of those out there. So
I
many.
saw this on Ink Masters and that's not how they do it.
Well, you do know that it's like a scripted TV show. Like,
right.
Like, it's real life, but at the end of the day, it's fucking scripted. Like, this shit's raw uncut right now. Like, this shit ain't scripted. This is me raw uncut. That's the downside to matches, man. You gotta and cup it.
Yo, this is insane, bro. Like, and it's so cool. I'm running out. My shit's out, bro. Yeah, I'll use that. I'm gonna go back to the. Yeah.
The modern days.
Yo.
We're gonna use technology.
So, as far as like your worst, like that's what you dislike the most, or what would you consider that? It's just annoying.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. Like, it would have to be in the moment. Be like, yo, I fucking hate this. You know what I mean?
So what do you do in that situation?
I mean,
like, do you tell them like, "Yo, chill out," or like, do you kind of just like go with the flow?
This is
Is
where
there a way to
this
handle
is
it?
where this is where yesing someone to death comes in handy. Like, you can say yes to someone and not do what they're asking you to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, oh, fucking take the trash out. Oh yeah, sure, and then never fucking take the trash out.
Right.
You know, so be like, yeah, sure, I'll change that line. Or you change it right there while they're fucking nitpicking, and then you go home and you literally draw it the way you want to draw it, and then you show it to them, and at the end of the day, they're most likely like, yo, that's really fucking dope. That's exactly what I envisioned. And then you're like, actually, it's nothing what you envisioned. Like, you were trying to get me to not do this.
Right.
But because you were watching me draw it, and you were sitting there, you had, you know what I mean, everything to say. Like, I don't mind it when it's like, I do the design and I show you the design and you're like, can you change this? In the moment, sometimes I'll be like, oh, I just fucking spent 8 hours drawing this motherfucker and you want me to change it? I like it. But then you're like, all right, it's just fucking removing a flower, putting another flower, or
moving it,
or just making the hair more flowy or something. Like, it's never anything like super drastic.
Right.
Sometimes it is, but like at the end of the day, they also have a vision. So making that vision come to life is your job, right? Like, that is literally your fucking job title.
So aside from the things that annoy you, what are the things that you love?
Just being a creator. Like, I honestly love doing memorials because you can give that person something that no one else can give them. Like, even painting something. Like, I've painted memorials for people, and just the uplifting them, like, there's nothing more beautiful than that. You know what I mean? Like, being able to make somebody think positive of something negative.
Right.
Like that.
Dude,
that right there. Like, you're just having all kinds of trouble.
Yo, I know. First
my
time
shit hasn't even fucking
Dude,
gone
my
out
shit's
yet.
out. My hands are cold. Man. So, you think the good outweighs the bad in this profession?
For sure. For sure. The only thing that I fucking can't stand is the toll it's taking on my body. Like, my hands are fucking shot. I'm only fucking 36 years old. Like, my hands are shot. My back is fucking always killing me. I'm probably gonna be one of those old guys that's fucking hunched over, but still wants to tattoo. But his hands are shaking because he's got arthritis.
Yo.
Fuck.
Yo, that's crazy. That's good though. So
That's love right there. Like, Shanghai Kate, she literally tattooed until she fucking died. Like, she was at shows, at fucking tattoo conventions.
How old?
In one of those wheelchairs. I think she was like in her 80s. I don't really know exactly how old she was, but she was fucking old, man. Lyle Tuttle too, man. That man was fucking slinging. There's still some old heads out there fucking slinging, bro. That's gonna be me. I'm gonna be that old motherfucker tattooing with my fucking shirt off. Like, just going. I'm gonna have these big Coke bottle glasses because I can't fucking see. It's gonna be great.
Yo, the line's gonna be all fucked.
No, they're gonna be straight as fuck. Because I shake now, and I taught myself how not to shake.
Dude, that's insane.
So I've had a tremor ever since I had my aneurysm.
Right.
And if you go and you look at my work, like, look at them fucking lines. Like, that's a motherfucker that shakes and is admitting that he shakes.
I'm gonna have to go revisit your work.
I pride myself on my line work.
You should. You should pride yourself in anything that you do. That's the only way you're gonna be able to get.
Like,
the
I
clientele.
look at my shit and I'll be like, I don't like that. And then the next tattoo I do, I'm like, right, I like that one. I'm not doing that again.
Every tattoo gets better and better, I assume.
Every time. I like it when people challenge me. I'm gonna do shit I've never done before. Like I had some dude come in yesterday, bro. He wants to get a fucking frozen bag of blueberries, but as like a sticker tattoo.
Like a patch?
Bro, what the fuck? A frozen bag of blueberries? That would be so dope. Like, it's so weird. Like, it's so weird, it's cool. You know, like, I want to do shit like that, ladies and gents. Shit like that.
So you just want someone
Weird
to bring you
shit,
something
man.
that you've never done before.
Bro, weird shit.
I'm sure it
like,
gets redundant after a while.
those sticker tattoos are so much fucking fun because of like what you get to do. Like, I grew up on cartoons. I fucking love cartoons, right? You get to do a cartoon. So now you're showing that you can do clean lines, you could do solid saturated color, but then you're turning it into a sticker, which now is photorealism.
And then
So now you're doing a realistic tattoo, but it's a cartoon.
and it's like so it looks like a sticker.
If it looks real, it's photorealistic. It's
Right.
realistic, right? It's realism.
Right. See, I'm
Like-
still like learning all these.
Like making it look like you can peel it off the skin, or making it look cracked and wrinkled, and then putting the shade where it literally gives it dimension. You know what I mean? Like
that.
that shit, bro. Like, I want to blow people's fucking minds with the stuff I can create. Like, if people like truly allowed me to be like, look, this is my idea, but do whatever the fuck you want, bro, I'm gonna go off. Especially if there's no fucking like yo, I want to spend this, and I'm just like, okay, got you. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go
That's
fucking
cool.
off.
That's cool. Hopefully people see this and they're just like, all right, I'm gonna challenge you. I want someone. You know what? Someone should watch this. I mean, well, obviously they're gonna watch it, but someone that is watching this should message you and be like, "Yo, I want this. It should just be the most challenging tattoo you've ever done," and then we could revisit this.
I'm with it. I'm so ready.
Who were your biggest like inspirations when getting better at tattooing?
My mentor Willie was just so talented, bro. Like, he did photorealistic tattoos, but if you gave him like trash polka or fucking new school, that motherfucker's gonna slay it every time. Like, you look at a Willie Robles tattoo, you know it's a Willie Robles tattoo because how fucking clean he was, how fucking beautifully saturated his tattoos were, how smooth his blends were. Bro, like, I try every day to tattoo like him. And I look at my work, some of it I'll be like, yo, that's a Willie tattoo right there. And then I'll look at some stuff and I'll be like, that's a Curtis tattoo right there. But like, I feel like me being under him for so long, we're very similar. Because, like, I attack my tattoos the way that he would, in a sense. Like, I'm not him, so I'm going to attack them the way that I would, but I want clean lines. I want solid saturation. I want smooth blends. I want you to look at my shit and be like, that's
Damn,
fucking
yeah.
clean. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like, oh, sweet Jesus, that's fucking sick.
Right. So so he was the only inspiration? Like, what other tattoo
There's
artists did
so
you
many.
like?
I mean, I had a love for Kat Von D growing up. Like, she was a huge inspiration to me. Fucking Clean Rock 1, like watching Ink Master and shit. Like, now Gian Carly's one of my fucking inspirations. Like, that man's a monster, bro.
Yo.
I don't give a fuck. You are the Ink Master. Like, I don't give a fuck. That man, he was something else. And then, like, I have a lot of people that are on my team that I really, really, really look up to.
Right.
Like, there's so many people on my team that I could be like, yo, like, badass motherfucker. Like,
When you say on your team,
so I'm on a pro team, Freestyle Mania. We travel all over the country doing tattoo conventions.
so what does that consist of? Is there like an X amount of conventions that you have to hit?
I mean, you get to kind of like pick and choose, but like, he likes his main guys, like the guys that bring in the money and that are really, really like fucking talented. No matter what, being on that team, you're talented.
Right.
Regardless. But like the motherfuckers that he really like looks up to and are like, yo, these are the bad motherfuckers that I got. He wants you to do as many shows as humanly possible. He wants you there.
So that's why you're always traveling.
Because he knows that you're bringing in money and he knows you're producing fucking badass tattoos.
What was the most fun convention you've done? Do you have one?
I would have to say my first years, and that was Philadelphia. Like
Villain Arts?
Yeah, Villain Arts. That's
Villain Arts
kind
was
of
a good show.
kind of mainly all I do is the Villain Art shows. But I've done a few others because my boss does like a lot of different shows. He doesn't just do villains, but he does a lot of villain shows. Like most of the tours, villains.
Villain Arts is a good show.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple of them here in town. I've been to a couple of them out of state. I like them. I've met a lot of cool people at them.
Me too.
Who was the coolest person that you met? Like, have you met some of the people?
I mean, they usually tell you that like meeting your heroes sometimes is like a bad idea. Like meeting people that you like look up to. I've met and talked to Clean Rock 1 multiple fucking times. And that motherfucker's one of the coolest, most humble people you will ever meet. Like, that motherfucker's just regular, everyday dude just like you. Motherfucker likes cars and motorcycles and fucking tattooing. Like, he's cool as shit.
That's cool. Yo, that's wild.
I'm definitely gonna get tattooed by him one day.
And then everybody else you just met because like you've tattooed. Well, they're obviously at the spot.
All tattooers. Like I've met some really awesome people. Like I didn't meet him at a show, but I've met him through tattooing, and his name's Danny Lepore. Motherfucker's sick. Like he's so good. Like I want to do shit like that.
I'm gonna have to look him up. I don't know who
Bro,
that is.
he's so good. His black and gray work's fucking crazy good. You ever hear Carl Grace?
Mm-mm.
Well, his style's pretty similar to Carl Grace.
Yeah, I've never heard Carl Grace. Where's this guy from? Where are these guys from?
Jersey.
Oh, you were going like this, like you're
Jersey, baby!
So when did you find yourself in Charlotte?
So I've come out here for a show, and like every time I come out here, I fucking kill North Carolina. Like, I don't know why, but I guess it's because I'm different. Like, I talk different. I don't have a country accent. You know what I mean? They fucking love me out here.
Right.
Like, I'm different.
I love you out here.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
So when did you move to Charlotte?
I've been here for a year and some change, like a year and a couple months.
Oh.
We moved out here last August.
So you're new.
Brand fucking new.
So when I met you a year ago,
yeah,
I met you in April, May. No, I met you
literally
in April.
just moved out here, and you were lucky you caught me because I'm usually on the road. Like I was touring a lot.
That was Villain Arts. That was the Villain Arts. That was when I met Al.
Oh, you met him after the Charlotte show.
I met him the day before I met you.
That's crazy. Yeah. So last year after the Charlotte show.
So
That's
you were
crazy.
just at the shop doing a guest spot.
I was literally there because that's where I worked. After, like, when I wasn't on tour, I'd work at the shop to try to make extra money.
So when I met you, it was just by sheer coincidence.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Yeah, remember I walked up and with my camera gear, I was like, yo, I'm here to shoot. And then you're like, well, he ain't even here.
He's not even fucking here. I don't even have his phone number. I don't even know how to help you. And we were just chopping it up like how we're doing right now. We were fucking talking for a minute too. Like you were gonna say you were gonna leave like mad times, and we just continued to chop it up.
How long were you at Affliction? What is it called? Afflictions World Famous Inc.
Yeah, I was World Famous Tattoo. I was there for, I want to say 6 months, and then like, it's appointment only. I'm new. Like, I don't know anybody. How do you expect me to get an appointment? So I left and I went over to Black Cloud,
So
which is where I'm at
when
now.
did you get to Black Cloud?
I've been at Black Cloud for quite a minute now. I've been there for a minute. I like it. It's a cool little spot.
It's in a nice area.
I mean, there's definitely some good foot traffic over there.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Where is it at?
It's in Old Matthews, right over there by Grace O'Malley's. Like literally, we're in the same parking lot as Grace O'Malley's, pretty much.
I don't know what that is.
Grace O'Malley's is like an Irish pub.
Oh, that's the one like right there. It's like when you park on the street.
Yeah, they got
like,
that
like right
little
here.
outdoor shit. Like that shit be lit. Like if you go over on that area on weekends, bro, there's so many bars over there. That shit's lit.
Well, I don't drink.
Food though, like bar food's
I don't
good. Yeah, bullshit. You don't eat.
Oh man,
You be eating like a savage.
I do be eating like a savage. So when you why'd you leave Affliction? Just because of the appointment?
I wasn't making the money that I need. You know what I mean? Like I got a fucking truck I gotta pay for. I got fucking bills I gotta pay. Like if I'm just living off of fucking convention money, I'm fucking I spend $4,000 a month. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not making over $4,000 a month, what the fuck is the point?
Because that's what you need. That's just minimum. That's minimum.
That's what I need to survive. That's what I need to pay my bills. Like I got expensive taste. I need to feed that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I like sneakers, and they're expensive.
Pricey. Not expensive.
I want to do fancy things to my truck, but I don't have the money to do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I want to turn her. I want to make her mine. Like she's mine because she's my truck.
But the bank.
But you know
It's
what
the
I mean?
banks.
I'm saying
Wait, it's paid off, or-
No, it's not paid off yet.
Okay,
but
so
I'm
you need
saying-
it. So that's part of the $4,000 that you need to make. So your minimum like income needs to be at least $4,000 a month minimum,
minimum,
no matter what.
no matter what.
And then anything after that is when you could be frivolous.
That's when, it's when that's when I can buy shit like fucking stuff in the links that's on my fucking wall. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
Like I literally have $3,000 in a fucking stuffed animal hanging on my wall.
So where did you get your hourly rate from? How did you decide that your worth is what you're worth?
That's it. Knowing your worth.
What made you realize that that's what you were worth, though? Do you think you're worth a lot more? Do you think you're worth less?
It's doing something and spending all that time and them being fucking like ecstatically happy, and then you being like, oh fuck, I fucking made $500 doing that.
And then that becomes your worth.
And then you look at how much time it took, and you're just like, I only charged them $80 an hour. What the fuck, you know? And then you go back and you assess, and you're like, yo, I'm worth fucking at least $2.
Right.
At least $2, especially with how fast and how efficient I've become. You know what I mean? Like, I pride myself in my line work, so it's like, I do lines pretty fucking quickly and pretty cleanly.
Right. Yeah.
Especially if I can structure something the way that I would want to structure.
Because self-worth is subjective. Only you get to decide that. So what do you do when... I'm sure, the price is the price, you know? Like, don't lowball me. This ain't the homie hookup. I don't know you. You know, that's the type of time we're on, right?
I work hourly. That way we're both not screwed. Because I work fast. I don't try to take my time to make more money. That's not me. That's not me as a human. I'm not taking advantage of anyone. I don't like to be taken advantage of.
You're not gonna, right.
So therefore, I am not going to do that.
So
Right.
when someone says, oh, my friend could do it cheaper, you're just like, okay, cool, go with them?
Go. Because you're going to come back to me for a fucking cover-up, and I'm going to charge you out the ass.
Okay. Right.
Like, not like straight up like, oh, yo, you're going to give me like $5,000. But you're going to end up spending a whole lot more because you didn't listen to me. You know what I mean? You might have a friend who's extremely fucking talented that will do it cheaper for you. But then why the fuck did you come to me in the first place? If you have a friend who you should be supporting,
Right.
why are you coming to me?
Yo. If you have someone that does it cheaper, why are you coming to me?
Not even that. If you have a friend who does the same exact thing that I do, why aren't you supporting them? Why did you come to me to support me?
So do you take it personal when one of your friends goes to someone else?
I mean, no. Tattooers are a dime a dozen. You know what I mean?
Do you believe that the tattoo industry is oversaturated?
No.
No?
I feel like it's going in the right direction. Like, this used to be an illegal art form.
It's still legal in some parts of South Carolina.
That's crazy. And that's like literally a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Yeah, because Waxhaw's right there.
Bro.
Literally, and Waxhaw's in South Carolina, isn't it?
Bro, I could get to South Carolina in fucking 15, 20 minutes. Like, what?
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I mean, we're going to have to fact check that. So,
Yeah,
like,
we're
someone,
definitely-
if whoever's watching this can fact check.
Google.
Yeah,
Right now, Google, is it illegal to tattoo in South Carolina? A certain part.
certain parts. That's what I've heard because this girl was, like, talking about it.
That's wild.
Man, that is insane. Yeah, because tattooing was illegal. It became legal. So now, at the
Like-
position you're in, you're happy that it is legal.
I'm super happy it's legal. Do I feel that it is too easy to obtain equipment? But like, if it wasn't easy to obtain equipment, I wouldn't be here. You know what I mean? I'm a self-taught tattooer for the most part.
So
Like,
what?
I had a mentor, but he didn't like make me do like the typical like scrub the floor and like, you know what I mean? All that stuff.
You just kind of had a machine and you're just like, yo, get busy.
That's pretty much what he said. He was like, tattoo. Like,
Go do it.
You know what I mean? Yeah, just do it. Like, that's what I did.
So how do you think?
But I did
so
a lot of studying too, though.
When you first started tattooing to now, how has the tattoo industry evolved?
It's so dynamic now. Like, there are so many styles of tattooing. Like, a new style's born every fucking day, it seems. You know what I mean? Like, you have, what is it? Cyber sigilism or whatever the fuck it's called. What?
I've never heard of that.
You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like tribal, but it's not. I don't know.
So the evolvement, is that a word?
I don't know. I'm not a fucking English major. I couldn't tell you.
So the evolvement of tattooing is just
Bro, it's
out of this world.
There's people that are literally doing like full color photographs and they look like fucking photographs. Like, you couldn't tell it apart. Like, if someone showed you a picture and then showed you the tattoo, you couldn't tell them apart.
But how does that look with aging though? It's so new, we don't know.
Same thing with that fine line. Like, all these people love fine line. But what do we know about tattoos? Is the older they get, the more they sink into the flesh, the wider they get.
Right.
Right? Like,
Unless it's black and gray, because black and gray ages better with time, and then color.
It really depends on how closely things are structured. So, yeah, black and gray will heal a little smoother over time. But, like, I've seen some fucking color tattoos and have some color tattoos that are just like, what the fuck? Like, my throat. Like, this thing's almost fucking 8, 9 years old. It literally looks like day one.
Yeah, it still looks good.
So, you know what I mean? It's the equipment you're using, the inks you're using, how that person takes care of their body. You know what I mean? Like, I had a piece on my on Facebook that I posted, and it was a traditional piece, and it looked fucking super dope. It looked like fucking awesome when it was fresh.
Right.
And then they showed you it 10 years later. This thing looked like a completely different tattoo. But if you literally looked at it and assessed it, and were like comparing them side by side,
Right.
because they were side by side, and you were like, whoa, that's what 10 years does to a tattoo? That's crazy. So, like, you'll have these people that come in and be like, oh, yo, like, my tattoo looks like shit. Like, how old is it? Oh, it's 10 years old. Just needs a refresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it
And
doesn't
then you
look like
touch it
shit. Did
back
you
up.
love it when you got it done? Then why are you trying to bash your artist?
Right.
Like, it wasn't a bad tattoo when you got it. It wasn't a bad tattoo the 3rd year you had it. It wasn't a bad tattoo the fucking 5th year you had it. It wasn't a bad tattoo the 6th year, but then it started, gradually fucking getting worse and worse. Like those lines got
Right.
fatter and fatter.
Well, time, bro. I mean,
Yeah, man. So it's like you have to listen to your artist when they're telling you like how something should be structured, because they know how their tattoos heal. So like that fine line shit, like, yeah, it's really. You look, you were talking about it burning. You were talking about it burning. You manifested that shit, bro. You manifest that shit. He said, I want to hear that thing sizzle and pop.
yo, that's funny. So, as far as like aging goes, how would you say your tattoos age? Have you seen any tattoos that you've done from?
A lot.
What's the oldest tattoo you've seen?
I have friends that I've tattooed like within my first 5-6 years of tattooing. Like my homie Jay has probably like my first, like my first koi fish ever, my fucking first portraits ever. Like he's
Decent
got-
ones.
No, like what the fuck? These are your first couple years? Like I challenged myself because like I was drawing portraits in school. Like I've always had the talent of realism. Like
Right.
that was always what I was drawn to. That's always
Right.
where I gravitated.
Drawn
like
to.
yeah, I was always that's where I always wanted to be. Like I always wanted to be a realistic artist, tattooer or not.
What are some of your practices that you do now? What do you do to make yourself better?
Paint.
You paint.
I feel like painting and cooking are probably my two things that I love more than tattooing. But grill cooking, like not cooking inside the house. Like I'm sure I could do that and still be good at it. But I don't know, like there's something about fucking flaming up a grill with some charcoal and having that fucking charcoal flavor.
It's manly.
Yeah, man. Like my dad used to do that shit, and like I still remember like the smell. You know what I mean? Like it's probably like a childhood thing too. Like
Right.
a good trauma. Like because I miss him so much. So it's like a way of being connected with him without him being
Without
here.
him being here. So your parents were obviously together
Yeah.
growing up.
Yeah.
And your dad passed away?
Yeah.
How old were you when your dad passed away?
I want to say 17, 18.
Oof, that's young.
And it was cancer's second term. And my dad's like my hero, you know, like
You think he'd be proud of you?
I think he'd be upset that I'm so heavily tattooed, but I think he would be like really proud of what I'm doing and what I'm accomplishing.
So if you could say one thing to him, what would it be?
Ooh, man. That's a deep question.
Yo, I mean, time is short.
I mean, I think I would just want to be. I'd want to know if he was fucking proud of me, like straight up, like, or even him be like, "Hey, let's do a collab." You know?
Oh, did he tattoo?
No, he was an artist. He always wanted to be an artist. So that's kind of one of the. So when I was living with my aunt after my dad passed away, I moved in with my aunt in Virginia. And I lived with her for a few years. She made me go back to high school. I fucking had this really awesome art teacher. His name was Mr. Odie. He was the coolest motherfucker ever. Like, he was the first person in like the art world to see something in me just looking at me. He literally, day one in his class, gave me a sketchbook, gave me a pencil, gave me one of the most challenging things I don't even remember what it was, but I know it was like, you have to look at this and you have to draw it. And he literally like sat it there for 5 minutes and then took it away. And I had to continue to draw it from like the memory of me just looking at it. So it was like,
That's
shit,
challenging. That's difficult.
the shit that he gave me was hard enough, but then him taking it away made it even harder.
How long did he give you?
It was just the class period.
Oh, and then you just had to go home and draw it. So he knew. He knew you were just gonna.
Bro, I fucking murdered it.
Where's
Like,
he at?
I've been trying to find him for the past fucking 5 years.
You think
Because
he's-
I want to show him my art now, and I want him to be like, you know what I mean? I want to tell him like,
Thank you.
yeah.
Isn't that the best satisfaction?
Like, that's why I'm fucking really thankful that my mentor is still around, and we talk from time to time, and I know he's proud of me.
Without even saying
I'm
it.
fucking kicking ass. Like, I'm light hand for life, baby. Like, that's where I started.
Right.
Like, when people get tattooed by me, that's what they say. Oh, yo, you got a really light hand. Duh.
Dang, that's actually really cool. So 7, dude, that's a rough age. That's like at the age
It was
where
so hard. It's still hard. Like, I would love to just pick his brain about so many things. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you how many days I wake up like, I want to ask you this question, this question, you know, like.
And so many people take their life for granted.
They do, and that's why you can never ever take anything for granted. You got to live every day like it's your last. Like, keep hope alive, man. Like, that is my motto. I fucking live by that shit. I got that shit tattooed underneath my chin. I got it fucking sitting on my shirt.
What is that?
So, keep hope alive is something that me and my best friend, who is no longer with us, God rest his soul, R.I.P. Alan, Asan, and Don. He was a graffiti artist, and he got his original graffiti name from Asan Unique, which is Old Dirty Bastard.
Okay.
So he was writing Asan for a long ass time, and then he got arrested with $2.5 million in property damage.
Dude, that's sick.
Right?
Graffiti, it's not okay, but
It's not.
that's
Legend.
it's memorable.
Legends live forever.
That's memorable.
Yeah. So that's why I got the Wu-Tang on my face. So that's for him. That was my best friend, man. My ride or die.
How did he die?
My right hand man. OD. Accidental OD.
It's always accidental though.
Yeah, man. It's just fucking taking out everybody, bro. I can't tell you how many people I've lost over the past year to fucking drug overdoses or drug-related accidents.
Right. See, I don't do drugs, so I wouldn't.
I don't either. This ain't a drug. It's a plant with drug-like effects. It's different.
See, I don't. Cigars and water, bro.
Cigars and water.
Dang. I still can't wrap my head around the fact that your dad passed away when you were 17 or 18.
But yeah, we were talking keep hope alive. So he started writing Asan. He had to stop writing Asan. And when he stopped writing Asan, I started writing Alive. So when he started writing Alive, I was like, yo, that's a fucking really powerful
cool
word.
name.
I like that. It's like, it's
Right.
got so much power to it. Right? Alone,
The word
Alive,
alone, yeah.
it's so powerful. So I was like, yo, I'm going to write hope. And then together we were keep hope alive.
So Keep Hope Alive is like a brand.
It's a movement.
It's a message.
It's a movement. It's a
message.
meaning. It's a message, and it's a movement. Like, I want this shit to change the fucking world. Like, keep. It's a really powerful word all on its own. Hope. Really powerful word all on its own. Alive. Really powerful all on its own. Put them together, they're unstoppable.
I like that. It's a message. It's a movement.
Yeah, man. The brand is Tree M. Because there's 3 M's. And when you say 3 in Jersey, it's tree. There's 3 of them. There's not 1 of them. There's not 2 of them. There's 3 of them. Tree M.
Tree
But
M.
also, it's going to grow like a tree. It's
No,
gonna
I like that.
expand. You know, branches keep growing. Trees keep growing. They never stop growing.
I'm over here looking at the trees. I mean, some of these trees have been here for thousands, hundreds.
Not these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers you got planted. But yeah. In North Carolina, there's some old ass
Oh
shit,
yeah,
for sure.
that's insane. What kind of, going back to like the tattooing, what equipment do you use? What brands do you use? What inks do you use?
So, machine I'm using right now, I'm using the FK Iron Fat Flux Max. Love that motherfucker.
Rotary or coil?
Rotary. I can't use coil machines anymore.
You're not loyal to the coil?
Nah, bro, my hands are destroyed. My hands are destroyed.
Is it a different feeling?
It's the vibrations a whole lot less.
In a
And
rotary, right?
and to to go through what I went through medically and then to go back to using coil, my hands aren't strong enough. Like, I'm man enough to admit that.
Right. Let me see the lighter. It keeps going out. It's cold. It's cold, bro.
It is definitely chilly out here. Hunter, what up, man? Hot dog, what up? Hot hot diggity dog.
So when you use a rotary, it's just why? So you do it because of your hands.
I mean that, and they're just.
You think they're superior to the coil?
Bro, I wouldn't say superior, because like, for certain things, like you just like saturation, speed, all that. Like, how you gonna beat that? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, that's the whole.
it's like having a souped up super bike versus a fucking bicycle. You know what I mean? Like, the comparison, you can't really compare, but like the way they put this flux together, bro, it's like having a coil. But then you also have like the not having that trauma to the skin that a coil could create. You know what I mean? Like, cause it is a softer hit. But this motherfucker that I'm using right now, bro, like, you couldn't tell the difference. Like, I'm pulling lines out like it don't matter.
Quietly.
Yeah, and it's not like I'm not fucking destroying my ears. I can listen to my music, bro.
What are some of your musical inspirations? Does music help you?
Oh, for
with tattooing?
sure. I listen to everything though. Like, I listen to fucking country music, man.
Do you have a go-to when you are tattooing? Like, does anything help you get in the zone?
Honestly, I just put my fucking iTunes playlist on shuffle. Like, everything in my fucking phone on shuffle. Like, it's gonna be random. Like, you'll get some fucking death metal, and then you'll get some fucking Ed Sheeran, then you'll get some fucking country, you'll get some, you know, Blake Shelton or some fucking Morgan Wallen, then you'll get some fucking Moneybag Yo. You know what I'm saying?
So
like,
it's just all
bro,
over
you'll
the
get
place.
some Eminem, you'll get some fucking Hobson. Like, it's all over. Like, Naughty by Nature, fucking KRS-One. Like, I love music, man. I love all forms of art. That's why I'm like, do I love photorealism? Yes. Do I love the neo-traditional style of tattooing? Yes. But like, I love them all. I like to be challenged. I want to do everything. Like, I don't want to be stuck in a box.
What is it called? What's the saying? Think outside the box.
Hell yeah, man.
What do you look forward to every day?
Something different.
Is that the best part? Everything
Yeah.
is everything different.
It is somewhat repetitive because, you know, social media and like the web and like whatever. You know how many times people come in and be like, yo, I want this Pinterest tattoo, and then you're just like,
Okay.
dope. It's dope, but let me draw it.
Right.
You know? And then you just like, you got to just take it and put your own twist to it and hope they like it. Like, I had this one kid walk in, and it was like the end of the day, like damn near the end of the day. Like, I haven't done anything all day. I'm fucking bored. I'm fucking aggravated already. And this kid walked in, he showed me his Pinterest tattoo, and it was a skull wearing a space helmet with some roses. But it didn't it wasn't my style. Like, it was super gothic. It wasn't very clean. So I was like, all right, let me put something together. And I fucking put something together, and he was like, all right, can we just, you know, move this rose here, make this
No,
rose?
motherfucker.
And, right? And in the moment, I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. But I did it, and it came out super dope because I had another idea. Out of one of the eyes of the skull, I had a rose, like, growing out of his eye. And it was like a stem, and then it came out and it blossomed. And like, you know, this shit was fucking super dope.
Do you have a picture of it?
It came out way cooler. Yeah, if I was...
No,
my
yeah,
phone
I'll just put it
after.
up on the.
Yeah, I got you.
Because I'm probably gonna have some of your artwork.
Hell yeah.
You know, I like
Yeah.
what you're doing.
For sure.
I like what you're doing, and I feel like everything that I feel like we just met. Yeah, it was.
I mean, that's that man upstairs, man.
You believe in God?
I would not be here if fucking God or doctors. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's one or the other.
Right.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Right.
You know what I mean? That woman inside that you met, like, she's super religious and she prays all the time. My family prayed the entire time, like when I was going through everything. And it's like, I'm fucking here. Either because he has a purpose for me, or the higher power has a purpose for me, or them doctors are just fucking really fucking awesome.
No, that's deep. You know, I mean, there's always these signs. Follow 'em.
I mean, I'm still waiting for the sign. I think a lot of it is like what we're doing right now, like getting my story out and spreading a message. Like, I want to instill hope. I want to inspire people.
Right.
I want people to watch this and be like, damn, I would have gave up.
Do you feel like you're a good role model?
I mean, I've done some fucked up shit, you know what I mean? But
Who
I
hasn't?
but I also could tell you not to do some fucked up shit because I've done some fucked up shit, you know? I'd be like, don't go there. It'll get you here.
Right.
You know, like, yeah, I think since I don't have any kids, I think my brother's kids are like kids that I could meet. I feel like I could instill some wisdom,
Some positive influence.
some positive, like, don't give up on your dreams, you know, like fight for everything you want, not like physically fight, but you know what I
Right.
mean? Like put your foot down. Like I just rewatched the fucking, what is it? Straight Outta Compton. Like if Dr. Dre would have listened to his mom, Dr. Dre wouldn't be Dr. Dre. Like he literally left the house and fucking became Dr. Dre.
Right.
So, like, if you know in your heart that you want to do something and someone else isn't believing in you, you
Fuck
go believe in yourself.
Right. Dude, faith is crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Keep hope alive. Fight for your dreams. Never give up. You know what I mean? Like, be like John Cena.
You can't see him.
You know what I'm saying? Never give up.
Dude, that's deep. That's deep. What do you do on your like off time? Like what's your private life like? Do you have a personal life?
Yeah, I kind of like just I'm pretty chill, man. I don't really do much. Like, I really want to get my fucking license out here so I can get a gun so I can go fucking shooting. I feel like that's such an awesome stress reliever.
So that's a hobby?
And then being able to fucking defend yourself if need be. Like, I would feel terrible fucking killing someone, but if I need to, you're dead.
I mean, it's my life or yours.
You put your hands on my mom,
Dunzos.
you're fucking gone. You just signed your death warrant, motherfucker. But
Nah, I mean,
shit.
that's the way it is.
Shit.
Just so that's your only hobby is guns?
No, I really like art is everything to me.
But it's not a hobby.
No, that's just my
That's your
lifestyle.
life.
That's who I am. I really like to paint. I really love to cook. Like grilling, that's my shit.
So what do you do when you're not working? Or when you're not at the shop? It's not work.
Chilling here. I only get 2 days off, so
So you don't tattoo every day.
no.
So those 2 days off, like what is it that you do?
Laundry, clean my room, adulting,
Yeah.
get my fucking truck washed because that's my baby. That's my girlfriend. That's where all my money goes.
Yeah. So
It's a pretty bitch though.
single,
admit.
no kids, just living the dream.
Yeah, man. No kids. No kids.
Man.
Maybe, hopefully in the future, I would definitely like to see a little fucking me running around. It'd be pretty badass. Boy or girl, I don't even fucking care what it is at this point. You know what I'm saying? Like just having a little me, like watching their faces change and the mannerisms, and it's like, yo, my wife does that. Yo, I fucking do that. You know what I mean? Like, but I just want that. I want that one. You know what I mean? Like that's gonna love me for me and not try to change me and fucking micromanage shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I want it to be fucking pure and real. Like, cause that's what I am. I'm fucking pure and real. Like if I'm giving you love, I'm giving you attention, I'm giving you me. Like if I'm going out of my way, like I want you to do the same. Like if I'm waking up every morning, I'm saying good morning, I fucking love you. Like I want that too. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be the only one that does certain shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I want, like, if showing you love means more or is more to you than saying I love, then you do that. If
Right.
you want to see it, I want to see it too. You know what I mean? Like you could say, "Oh, I'm all for you."
Right. Actions speak louder than words.
That's it. That's what I'm trying to say. Like your
Right.
actions should speak to me the way my actions speak to you.
Right.
I go out of my way all the time. for
Reciprocation.
people. Bro, I do that shit all the fucking time. Like all the time. I can't tell you how many times like I've done some shit and then people are like, yeah, like,
Right.
but I'm still the asshole.
Right. I mean, you know, what is
Nice
it?
guys finish last, bro.
What does it
It's
go?
the-
How does it
it's
go
the
when
fucking
you
realest shit?
when you set boundaries? You become the asshole.
Yeah, man. I posted that shit today
Ah, I didn't even see it yet.
in the story, bro. You telling you I posted that shit today.
When you stop taking people's shit, you become the asshole. That's how it is.
Yeah, man. When they can walk all over you, you're the fucking coolest guy in the world.
And then when you put your foot down,
And you're
and
like,
it's,
not no more, motherfucker.
oh no, you're an asshole. I hate you. And then you become, dude.
You're a piece of shit. I hate you.
No, you're the piece of shit.
I wasn't a piece of shit when I let you just fucking take my wallet and take whatever you want out of it. Like,
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
owning my own shop, being the boss, sitting back with my fucking feet up like this,
With a cigar?
with a cigar and a blunt. Not a blunt, a joint. A big fat ass joint like this one. Right?
Yeah, because we don't smoke tobacco around here.
Yeah. Only the wacky. Only the wacky. No tobacco. I gotta fucking piss again.
Again?
Yeah, bro.
We're almost done here, bro.
Cracked
Can
my-
you wait a few
I
more?
cracked my seal,
I got
man.
a couple more questions for you.
Can I just run in, run back out real quick? Real quick.
All right, go for it. I'll pause it.
Yes. Oh, no.
Yeah, I only have a few more questions.
Yeah, we in the studio. About to drop a track. Microphone checker. We up in my sector.
I can't get it to light.
Looking up shit like an inspector.
Ouch. Let me just light this real quick. Dude, this has been the most difficult thing the whole time.
Goddamn sea guys. Them goddamn sea guys. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. You guys are getting the raw uncut. The raw uncut.
All right, ready?
It's kind of like behind the scenes,
A little bit. It's
right?
cool. Got a lot of good info on you. So when you say you want to open up your own shop, do you have a name?
Animated acts, tattoos, designs, styles.
Animated acts?
Acts, like act.
Oh, act.
Yeah, so one of my favorite cartoons growing up was the Animaniacs. So it'd be like Animaniacs themed, but they're gonna be like all fucking tattooed out. Like, my shop's gonna be like urban, but not. Like, it's gonna look real elegant, but it's gonna be urban as fuck. Cause like I said, I fucking love graffiti. Like, that's a huge part of my life. Like, growing up in New Jersey, like, one of my best friends, like, so like, a lot of people in graffiti, like, they'll get the moniker like the king of the streets, right? He was the Don of the streets,
So 5 years.
ace on the Don. Yeah, 5 years.
Is that exact?
I mean, I hope. Like, I'm gonna keep hope alive. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep on pushing and fucking strive for it. Like, that's my goal. I could definitely want to own my own shop. Like, I think I could surround myself with a fucking pretty badass team. But I want, like, those locals that are gonna be there. Like, they're gonna be there every day. Like, those are the, you know what I mean?
Right.
But I also want you to know that, like, the shop is gonna be consisted of people from all over the fucking globe.
Right.
Like, I know people that live in fucking London that I would love to come out and do a guest spot. Like, you can get tattooed by this guy who lives in fucking England.
So you're gonna have your own artist plus guest.
I want a
option to guest spot.
I want a huge plethora of fucking guests. Like, I want at least 5 to 10 guests that are there all the time. Like, not like they're all the time, but there'll be like 10 different guests. And they'll be there for like a month or like a couple weeks
Right.
or whatever. You know what I mean? However long their time is. And it just be a revolving door of fucking people from all over. And then you're steady. Like 5 or 6.
Right. Would you consider yourself to be a successful tattoo artist, or do you think you still have more time?
I'm becoming successful. Like, I think I'm successful to the point where I'm content. But do I believe there's more? Hell
There's
yeah.
always more. The sky is
Hell
the limit.
yeah. Like, this house is big. It's not big enough.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need a place to put all my art. I don't have enough wall space in this place.
You have that space behind the couch.
Know what I'm saying? Like, if I take all my shit from my room and then where I have just like art laying around, there's not enough fucking wall space in here.
Right.
Like, I need a gallery, like, in my house.
Who's your favorite artist, like painter?
Salvador Dali.
Yeah, I learned about him in art history.
Bro, he was an innovator. What artists now can say they invented an art form? There's probably none. He created surrealism.
Right.
He brought fantasy to reality. Because his mind was so... like, he was the Nikola fucking Tesla fucking painting.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
We
Like,
only touched on him in like art history.
bro, that man was a fucking genius. And if you look at his stuff, it's smooth, it's clean, it's exactly what it fucking should be. Like, it's fantasy, but it's real.
Right.
That's so fucking dope.
That's cool.
So dope. And like, he didn't let people walk all over him. He was considered a fucking asshole.
Right.
But when it came to his art, he was respected.
Your work speaks for itself. Your work speaks for itself.
And that's where art is like, it's going. Like, so like in the beginning of time, art wasn't respected, right?
Right.
Like most of the artists that a lot of people know, like Van Gogh and Picasso, like, they didn't fucking make money when they were alive.
They made it all when
They literally made most of their money when they were dead. Like,
right.
Van Gogh probably made just enough money to fucking buy supplies to paint.
Right.
But it was the love for it,
Right.
right? Like, you can't get away
The
from
passion.
it.
I mean,
it's like being a fucking pro wrestler, bro.
what is it?
Like, look at all these pro wrestlers that literally wrestled for fucking ever. Like, Hulk Hogan, Ric
Right.
Flair. Like, Ric Flair's still in the fucking ring, bro. Like, not in the ring, but he's fucking there.
He's around
Still wrestling.
it. Right.
Like, he's in wrestling. Like, what the fuck? Sting, still wrestling. The motherfucker's like 50-something. Still looks like he's fucking 30-something.
Shredded.
Bro, not shredded, but like, he looks like... That was one of my, like, you want to ask a fucking person that I looked up to fucking growing up? Sting, Ric Flair, like, I wanted to be a wrestler so bad growing up, it wasn't even funny. It wasn't even funny. Like, there's probably videos, like home videos that my dad recorded of me, like, literally imitating wrestlers.
Yo.
And then, like, but we're at the pool, so I'm
Right.
like doing elbow drops into the pool. Like, I would do the thing that Macho Man would do before he did his flying elbow. Like,
Yo, that's cool.
hell yeah.
And then you just became a tattoo artist, and now,
I still love wrestling.
right. But this is it.
This is
You're
it.
destined for this. Do you
I
believe?
mean, I could still, like, do something wrestling wise, like,
Right.
if I wrote, but
Right.
I don't write.
So this is tattooing is your purpose. This is who you are.
Oh, for sure. This is it. Like, just one giant walking tattooed motherfucker that loves this shit.
How do I get a hold of you?
Instagram, inked underscore by Curtis underscore Cameron.
And that's it. Curtis Cameron.
Curtis Cameron. I mean, I used to be called the Tat Man, Curtis the Tat Man, and I was like, you know what? I'm selling me. Why not be me? But I've
Right.
always wanted to do something like one of those like fucking retarded ass names, like just something random as fuck. Like my hair's long as fuck. I usually have a crazy ass beard, and people would always be like, "Yo, you kind of look like Jesus." But I was like more on like the funny side of it, like take of it. I'd be like, "Oh, well, you know, like the reason my name is Sweet Jesus is because like every time you go and you look at your tattoo, you be like, oh, Sweet Jesus."
Oh my god, bro.
But I always wanted to kind of change my name to Tattoos by Sweet Jesus, because it fucking rolls off the tongue, you know. Be like, yo, I got tattooed by Sweet Jesus. It'd be fucking awesome.
Yo, that is great.
Yeah, if I get a fucking 100 messages in my fucking inbox to change my name to Sweet Jesus, it's happening. So, Tattoos by Sweet Jesus. Only you can make it happen. Only you, and only you.
That's the next milestone, right?
Only you. Tattoos by Sweet Jesus. Who wants to see it happen?
On the next interview, it'll be interviewing Tattoos by Sweet Jesus, not Curtis Cameron.
Woo!
Do you have anything else to say to them today?
Yeah, I think we hit it. I think we hit quite a few tough spots, and then some fun, some laughter in there.
Yo, I was dying, man.
Hell yeah.
Curtis Cameron.
Hell yeah.
I appreciate your time.
Appreciate yours, man.
Thank you,
It's been a
thank
pleasure.
you, and thanks to
Hell yeah.
everybody. Let us know what y'all thought. Let us know what you think. Let us know what could be better, what could be worse. We always want to do better. So, Curtis Cameron, I appreciate your time, and
Catch the wave or get wet.
catch the wave or get wet. Thank you. Oh man, dude, it's fucking cold.
It is. My hands are numb.
Whew.